Hey YouTube, Gabe here from Hex, and welcome to another video. Woo, let's go. Today I want to show you guys how I speed up my exploratory workflows using Hex Magic. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar, Magic is an AI assistant built directly into Hex that helps you write SQL code, Python code, create charts, and just answer questions a lot faster. Now, as many of you probably know, I'm a proud owner of a dumpling shop that I love dear to my heart. And one question that I want to answer is, which of my customers at my shop are worthy of receiving a discount to my store? But before we get started, come here. I want to be transparent with you guys and let you guys know that this video is not edited to make Magic look perfect, and you'll probably see some of its mistakes along the way. But because of the way that you collaborate with Magic, it's really easy to debug and fix the generated code, which we'll see in this video. All right, you can back up a little now. Now, to get started with our project, I want to use Magic to do a little bit of data engineering. So let's hop into Hex to see what that looks like. All right, so here in my Hex project, I have all of my data in this schema right here. And it has 4 tables, which shows me my customers, my menu items, order items, and my orders. And I want to join these into one grand unified table. Now, it's really easy to get kickstarted with an analysis like this because all I need to do is give Magic what I want it to do in natural language, and then hit enter, and Magic will start thinking for me and kickstarting off that analysis project. Now, while Magic is thinking, I wanna praise Magic a little bit. I wanna give y'all some context, because Magic actually does a really good job at understanding your data models and your table schemas, so it's able to find the correct columns and tables for your business question. That means it's not gonna give you some generic response, and it's not gonna try to hallucinate just random SQL queries and give you BS answers here. All right, so it looks like Magic has finished thinking. Let's see what it came up with for us. So it got all of the data that I wanted to do, and then it went ahead and dropped any of the columns that has ID in the column name. So it's probably gonna drop ID and user ID. But then also went ahead and visualized a chart that I didn't ask it to do, but it did it anyway, and it actually looks pretty cool. So it's showing us the average price per food categories. Now, it did a pretty good job, actually. I'm really impressed with what it did, but I kind of want to edit the SQL query a little bit to join the first and last name into one column. Then I also want to make sure that the customer's birthday is here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and say, all right. Now, the nice thing about working with Magic is that it's always there when you need it. It's never in your way when you don't. So you can edit things manually, or you can use Magic like I did right here. And once you're done, you can just dismiss Magic and it'll just hide back into the background of your Hex project. So let's let it think. And all right, so it added the birth date and it combined the first and last name into a full name column. Pretty cool. So I'm gonna keep this, run this, and see what that looks like. Moment of truth. And cool. So it added the birth date. It made a full name column, which is great. And then it went ahead and redid that Python cell for me. It's gonna redo that chart. And let's just wait for this to be finished. Cool. Chart looks the exact same. Python looks the exact same. Cool. So I think that looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and keep these results that Magic did, and I'm gonna hit done. All right, so next I want to figure out, when are people actually even ordering from my restaurant? Are they coming in the morning? Are they coming in the daytime? Are they coming in the afternoon? When are people likely to come to order food from my restaurant? And I'm gonna do an orders ahead so we can see what those results kind of look like. And here it's just saying that anything before 12 is going to be considered the morning, anything between 12 and 6 is the afternoon, and anything after 6 is going to be the evening. And we can see all that in this time of day column right here, and that looks pretty good. We got evening, afternoon, evening, and morning. All right, so now that I have my data in its final form, I want to go ahead and do a little bit of EDA just to explore it a little bit before I figure out who I want to give this discount to. First thing I want to do is actually just go ahead and visualize this in a chart cell, because what I want to understand is, when people come to my restaurant, how are they getting their food, and does this change throughout the time of day? So I'm going to say time of day as my x-axis. I'm going to count the total number of orders per time of day, but then I'm going to group that by the type to see how that is changing between whether people are delivering it or dining in or getting that picked up. So it looks like the most popular time of day is the morning time, and it seems like pickup is the most popular type of way to get your food from my restaurant. So it seems like a lot of people are coming in the morning and they're picking up. So maybe they're going to work and getting some food on the way there, or they're dropping their kids off at school and they're giving them lunch. Who knows? This is just a nice way to gauge when and how people are coming to my restaurant. Next, I want to see how many canceled and completed orders there are that are made in my shop. You know, are people canceling more often than they're ordering? Are people completing their orders all the time? I really want to know this information. It's really crucial to me. So I'm going to create a Python cell that will create those variables for me, and then I'm going to throw those in a single value cell so I can visualize them. So cool, got those variables down. I'm going to go ahead and do visualization and do single value. So it looks like we have around 6,000 canceled orders and just about 47,000 completed orders, which is it's so great for me to see that. You know, that means I know my shop is doing well. At least I hope it's doing well. Next, I want to see what are the top 3 most ordered menu items per category. So if I'm looking at dumplings, what are the top 3 most ordered items? If I'm looking at noodles, what are those top 3 most ordered items? So here's some Python code that will do that for me. It'll basically group by the category and menu item, then get a count for each of those. So let's run this cell. And I'm getting a syntax error because I know why. Usually you might want to add like a backslash to let Python know this is a multi-line statement, or maybe wrap this in parentheses. But because Magic is such a great debugger, I'm going to go ahead and fix it with Magic and see what it comes up with here. So looks like it's adding the slashes for me. Oh, and then it decided to just convert that into using the parentheses option. So it looks like you actually got to see it kind of do both in a way. And that went ahead and fixed the error. And we can even get a little preview of the top menu items. .head, bam, run that. And cool. Looks like we have the dumplings, the shrimp pargao, veggie mushroom bao, and xiaolong bao, noodles, so on and so on. Nice. So I'm going to go ahead and get Magic out of here. And I actually want to go ahead and visualize this in a chart cell. So I'm going to go ahead and hit on, actually, I'm going to go visualize in chart. And then Magic has a prompt in the chart cells where I can just go ahead and say, visualize the top menu items as a 100% stacked bar chart like this. So let's see what it comes up with for me. So it's showing me that for each category, like for example, the dumplings, the most popular menu item is shrimp pargao. For noodles, it's gonna be the gan ban noodles. And for veggies, it's gonna be the garlic green beans, I believe, yes. So, and the nice thing is that about working with Magic is that even though it's generate this chart cell for me, I can still edit it to my liking as I would like to. So for example, I actually want to go to my x-axis and I want to turn these to 0 degrees so that they're flat and I don't have to turn my head like this to look at them. Now, to answer the final question is who is worthy of getting the discount to my store? And the way I want to do this is basically I want to find all the customers who have a birthday today, regardless of the year, and then count how many orders they've made and how much they spent. And then I'm going to use that to determine who's going to get this discount. So I'm going to go ahead and enter in my prompt using Magic and see what it comes up with. Cool. So that query looks pretty nice to me, actually. It's filtering on the birthday and using the day. It's using the month and the day only, which is great. So that's not going to use a year and get confused. So let's go ahead and accept that and see what the results are. Awesome. So it looks like 25 people have a birthday today. Happy birthday to those people. So it looks like Michael Johnson is the top spender and has the most number of purchases at my store. So Michael, I want to give my props to you. Thank you for coming to my store, man. Now, this is where I have the choice of how I want to actually give out this discount. Maybe I can just choose the top person. Maybe I can choose the top 3. Maybe I can say like, oh, if you spent over a certain amount, find those people. Like if you spent over $60, find all those people and then choose a random person. I can do this in many ways. Your creativity is endless here, but I will leave that up to you. Now, the last thing I want to do is actually turn this into an app so that I can come to this later in the future and use this to maybe give out more discounts or just find out some information about my shop. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the app builder. And it looks like it's already got some cells in here for me. I'm just going to go ahead and clean this up a little bit to add and remove some things that I want to have in this final app. All right, so the final app just looks like a bunch of visuals, which shows me kind of like the things that we're doing in the EDA step. So the average price per category, the distribution of pickups in the time of day, the total number of canceled and completed orders, as well as the distribution of the top menu items per category. And then at the end, we have the birthday spending report. Now, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually publish this app because, like I said, I may want to come back to this on a different day or a different time, or I might want to share this with a team member who might use it for something different. I don't know. There's endless possibilities for what I can do once I have this app published. So I'm gonna go ahead and publish this app, and now we can open up a new tab and look at that. Our entire analysis that we can share with anyone in my workspace or on my team. And I'm gonna go ahead and actually share that right now. I'm gonna share with everyone in Hex testing. Cool. All right, that's it. It's done. All right, well, if you guys enjoyed today's videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions about anything I covered today or anything about future videos, feel free to leave a comment down below and I will try to read them as soon as I can. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.